104.1 KRBE.
Let's go. Good morning.
The Rula and Ryan Show.
With Eric.
It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough.
How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Rula.
Macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Ryan.
I am the worst DJ ever.
With Eric.
We're the champions of the world!
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Morning, Houston, Texas. It's Wednesday. It's May 28th of 2025 and 6:01 a.m. with the gang. Rula, Ryan, Eric, Social K, and Sam. Just a couple more days of school, kids.
Yeah.
Eric's all sad.
Why are you
like,
sad?
Aw, all these people in their routines are going to be sleeping.
I love to have our full family together.
With us, but a lot of people go back and listen to the podcast.
I know, and they can listen at home, and I found out a lot of people like to listen to us on their Alexas
Smart
and
speakers.
speakers and stuff from
Just turn it on.
in the morning, so that's cool, but I just like knowing everyone's out there.
Yeah.
My son has his
Camaraderie.
first day of summer on Friday, and yesterday he was like, please, Mama, can I come to work with you on Friday? And I was like, you know what? You want to wake up on your first day of summer at our hours?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
Let's
not?
go.
How fun.
So he is very excited for his field trip on Friday
That's neat.
to the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
I'm glad that your kids
We'll
like
have to get
show
breakfast.
excitement in it.
Yeah.
You'll see Sam for his last...
That's right.
show.
Yeah. The baby.
Sorry, Sam, we got to bump you. We got a big bit for you. It's MJ's segment now.
That's totally
Yeah.
fine. That's totally fine.
Yo, kid.
I don't plan on
He's going to run the board.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well, ask him what he
yeah,
wants.
okay.
I will spring for breakfast that morning. You guys tell me what you want.
Nice.
I'll call the
Thank you
Rizzler
so
or whatever that
much.
kid up, and then they could...
Or the other
What's
kid,
that
Tony
kid?
Cash.
Tony Cash.
There's a
Yeah,
kid called
okay,
Tony
let's
Cash.
again.
People were bombarding me that MJ looks like him because of their cheeks.
Oh, yeah. That
And
looks
I-
just like him.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, wow, it was like MJ. So MJ made a response video to Tony Cash about, yo, I'm not him. He's Greek. I'm Italian.
Your son was made to be in
He
front of
hasn't
the camera.
It was pretty funny. You know, he told me yesterday, I did have not a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live once in the kitchen. He was the holder of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
He's like directing me. And he's like, remember, Mama, when I was doing that live with you in the comments? Because they can see the comments. We can't when we're on Instagram
Oh, my God. He's
Live.
speaking in
Yeah.
showbiz lingo already?
Yeah. He's like, remember when I was holding the camera for you when you were making that food? And the people in the comments were like, MJ, you're a good director. Like,
Yeah, he still remembers it.
Aw, That's awesome.
I'm in practice. That's good summer projects.
sure, let's
To record stuff, edit, learn to edit, all that stuff.
Then he's got to get ready for like the trolls and the negative backlash.
the stuff these kids are learning now
Oh, yeah.
from Snapchat, everything. I mean, I went to college to learn how to edit and do all these things. These kids
Yeah.
do it by the time they're 13.
Exactly.
I know.
Hilarious.
I was proud
Hand
of
it
my
to your
daughter.
kid if you don't know how to do it. Just ask your kid.
Last time I visited her, she has to, because everything now, nobody does live auditions anymore. It's all like Zoom.
You chop up yourself too.
Yeah, and I come to pick her up, and she's on her laptop just editing, and I'm like, oh my God, it took me years to learn how to do all that stuff.
Of course.
Well, I mean, listen.
We couldn't
That's
take it
That's
with
like
us.
basic
Yeah.
101 now. You
Oh,
know, this
yeah.
is like not even hard. They're like, what? Is it hard? Like it's hard?
It's funny
like
because when you edit
Like it's
audio,
hard.
it's just as visual because you look at the waveforms and you know where to cut.
I just read this stat. Traffic could be the reason you're fat.
Because you're sitting in your car eating snacks.
Oh,
Pretty much.
lethargics.
Traffic delays make people more likely to choose fast food over grocery shopping. The study found that even a small increase in traffic congestion leads to rise in fast food visits and drop in supermarket trips. So it's mostly between 5 and 7 p.m.
Yep.
Think about
I
it. You go
believe
home,
that.
and
I
you're like,
agree with that.
I'll just go to Popeyes and get some chicken instead of going to.
We're like,
get
it's
a
already so
rotisserie
late for
chicken.
dinner. Let's just
You
get
didn't
this.
defrost it.
If they didn't have
100%.
drive-thrus, I seriously don't think we would be a fast food nation.
Well, how did we exist prior to all that? Like
Because
when I was
fast
a
food nation
kid,
drive-thrus is what is so convenient.
Well, it is.
Unless you're
Especially
Kevin.
if your kid's in sports. You have like no time.
Kevin goes in and sits down. And
He's one of the few. He's
enjoys.
the old-timers.
I know.
Someone's got to hold on to that lobby.
But I don't think it's
Someone's
even,
got to sit in there and eat lunch alone.
I don't even think it's just fast food.
They're
Like,
eliminating them. Salad and Go-Go does not have a lobby
Yeah.
because you know I'd sit in here and eat salad.
oh,
yes,
yeah,
you
that's
would.
wasted
Yeah, you
real
drive and eat
estate.
that.
Yes, you would.
My favorite, I love getting Mom and Pops a shout out, but over on like 1960 near Jones is a place called Anatai, A-N-O, Thai. And it is like the best Thai food I think I've ever had. It's even better than the stuff inside the Loop. And I go in there, and sometimes I want to sit down, and I'm like, you guys never have customers. He goes, oh, we can barely keep up. It's 95% takeout. And I'm like, well, why do you
Yeah,
guys
people-
even have like a dining area anymore?
Because at 5%.
Yeah, there's a Panda Garden who loves listening to our show. Listen, shout out on Fountain View. They are so much delivery business, so much. They have their dining room, but every time I've eaten in there, I've been in there maybe 3 times where it was really full. but they know their lane.
Yep.
It's all DoorDash, Uber Eats, their
DoorDash
own
is
personal
a
delivery guy.
Game changer. It's saving a lot of restaurants, I bet.
Actually, the DoorDash and Uber Eats thing, here's what we don't know as lay people. What the fee contract is with the restaurants. Because if your restaurant actually delivers, like Panda Garden has their delivery people versus going through DoorDash, I prefer to use Panda Garden's delivery person. I will not go through DoorDash to get it because why am I going to pay the extra fee
Well, I
for
think
what?
you're also
It's
getting
hard to-
quality
Why are they
control.
going to pay the
A lot of
extra
places
fee?
don't have drivers anymore.
I'm saying if they have their own, go that lane first before you pick Uber Eats or DoorDash.
You are so right. And
because
I'll
you're
tell you
going to pay
why.
more if you
You
don't.
do, and also there's quality control. I had my family over this weekend, ordered some takeout food. Guy comes in, the bags smell like weed so bad, like it permeated everything. It stunk. And I guarantee you, if I'd ordered straight from the restaurant, that wouldn't have happened.
Yuck.
What's your complaint? No, just kidding.
And
You
yuck.
get some free weed? No.
Now, it's got that
And then I
stinky
saw this
skunk
one.
odor.
Airports are getting rid of the moving walkways.
No.
What? I love those things.
Like they're
I like
doing it.
them.
Why?
Chicago, Vegas,
'Cause they need
Orlando,
more
Dallas, Cincinnati, San
retail?
Francisco. Yeah, they want to rip that out because it's expensive to fix them. A lot of times
Sure
they're-
it is.
Oh,
And
takes
they
up
wanna-
too much space.
Think about it. You're on that thing. You go past the stores.
Oh.
They want you walking and stopping
They
and
probably don't
buying.
like
And
that.
at IAH, they did rip out a lot of them in Terminal E, I think,
I love
or
those
C,
things.
and they replaced it with restaurants and retail so you can shop.
Speaking of
Because that's a
airports,
lot of real
though,
estate.
Like Chicago, you have to go when you go.
Oh, that neon
Underneath?
walkway?
Oh, yeah, I like
You have
that.
to have that there. They can't put retail there.
there's no retail there, so they better keep that one. But that's like
Miles.
4 blocks.
Oh, yeah.
4 city blocks.
Like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
You go into the airport. You're under to the other side. You're under the airport.
While you're talking about airports, Kevin, I know you love Southwest. Today's the big day. All the changes happen. So bag fees now. So
Not for me. I'm
new
a
bag
credit
fees will
card
apply
holder.
to ticketed, booked, or changed after this date. They're going to charge $35 for the first bag, $45 for the second. Also, flight credits now expire 12 months from the date of purchase, and Southwest is getting rid of their open boarding system where it's first come, first serve.
Isn't that good, though?
No, I love that.
No, that's the only reason I don't like Southwest.
No, that's what gives me anxiety.
I hate that. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God, I
Like,
hate
if
this.
you're
If I don't
last
get
one
there
there,
4
you're getting a
hours
crappy
early, I'm
seat.
going to be...
I
no.
love knowing where I'm going to sit.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're going to have assigned
Exactly.
seating now.
Plus, they charge. They always charge me $20 to get automatic, so I don't have to do it 24 hours in advance. So you're guaranteed like an A.
Oh, yeah. That was a way
You
for them to
You
make
spend
extra
10 or
money.
15, then they jack that. They keep jacking that up.
Oh.
Well, now the way they're going to make the extra money is through the bags, I guess. But that was definitely a situation that many of my friends could not handle, not knowing where they're going to sit.
Yeah, I don't like
we
that.
I
just
hate that.
kind of got used to it. But I was also reading that Southwest is the slowest boarding airline, and probably because
Because
of
of
that. yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
not
sure.
lie.
People
Yeah,
can't
that's
figure it out.
Very stressful.
And think about that.
Yeah.
Each person, even if they slow down 30 seconds a minute,
Yeah, where am I
Right.
going to sit? This looks good.
And then you have
Right,
to
you're
try
right,
and
because
put
you're
your
like
bag
looking
up.
to see where am I going to go, where am I going to go. You're
somebody's
right.
You have to ask people, is someone sitting there? Yeah, I'm saving this for my husband. Well, where is he?
Yeah, so you have your own seat.
My number
That's
one
all good.
complaint about like boarding is when people they get on and they put their bags a couple of rows behind them because when you deplane that just causes a nightmare.
yeah, when you're section, like say on United, like 12 to 20, because those people who can't get on first.
Mhm.
Then those people, like Ryan said, they're in 30. They put their bags on in row
I don't
12
understand
Yeah.
that. I want my
And that's
bag
why
where
people
I'm
do that.
sitting, though. I don't
Right.
understand that.
because they're lazy. They don't
They're
want to go all the way
lazy.
back.
They don't
But
wanna-
you're going to sit there anyway.
They don't want to carry it the whole way back.
That
Yeah.
is so
just-
crazy.
And
so
I think when
lazy.
flight attendants see it and they don't say anything.
I
It's
don't
like-
understand this at all.
How is
Why
that
would
not a
you
rule?
not want your
Should
bag
be.
above
Because
your...
you're lazy and you don't
That's
want to push
crazy.
it
That should
through
be the
the
rule.
plane.
You can only put the bags in
If
the
you're
Designated
sitting
above where you're
spots.
seating.
Some
Yeah.
flight attendants are good
Makes
about
sense.
that.
This is a
But
first world problem, but still, it's annoying.
I understand.
I mean, first
it's-
world problem, what are you talking about? It's a world problem. Everybody travels. I don't
Not
care how
everybody.
cheap the ticket is.
I mean, a lot.
Everybody travels with the bag and they put it on the overhead. We're not talking about something elitist here.
Just
It's
selfish.
an airplane. People always
It's
fly-
like first class, like we're fighting. And
Right.
They should have 10 olives instead of.
I can't believe I didn't get a glass of champagne as soon as I sat down.
Do
We're
they
not saying
really
that.
do that?
I
Do
don't
they
know.
bring you champagne?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I had beer.
I mean, I've flown first
Bourbon.
class before, but
yeah,
not often.
I was pregnant when I flew first class.
So you couldn't get the
I
full.
couldn't enjoy anything.
You know, Sam, when I was in my 20s,
That sucks.
and my sister first started being a flight attendant, we both lived on the East Coast, so we could jump flights all the time together. I was like her companion pass person.
Yeah.
And the first time I got to upgrade on her vacation pass, kind of like the way we have vacation days in our job. In the flight attendant world, you have a vacation pass depending on the airline you work for, blah, 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 blah. You can stack them up. Too convoluted, but inside baseball to tell you. But her vacation pass got her a first class seat, with me.
Wow.
So first time I got to sit in first class. And I was so exhausted. We were going to Greece to visit my grandmother and all my aunts and uncles. I was so tired. I needed to sleep so bad. I refused to sleep. I was like, I'm not missing whatever's happening up here. I am going to stay up this entire 10 hours. I don't care. I want to know every minute of what they give you to eat, drink, and do in this seat. And when I got to Greece, I was exhausted. But I was like, I think I had 427 calories in just ice cream toppings alone. I mean, they had an ice cream cart.
Dang.
Like a cart. And it'd be like, well, would you like some whipped cream or cherries or mixed nuts? And I'm like, oh,
All
God,
of
yes,
it.
all of those
You
things.
get a snack when you get on booze, then you get your dinner like an hour and a half later, and then
And they give you like
More
hot
snacks.
nuts, more
They're
snacks.
really trying to fatten you
and
up.
then you get breakfast like near the end.
I was not sleeping.
Whoa.
I was like,
I'm like,
I'm
My
gonna eat
trip was
everything you
not
got.
that long. I didn't get all those food options.
No?
I've never
No,
really
because I was
dealt
just
with
going
that.
to South Carolina.
Oh, yeah,
Right, if
this
it's a
one
couple
was like,
hours. This is if it's
There's some
overseas.
turkey.
That was amazing.
it's like 8 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I got like the.
Does the Virgin Atlantic
Sure
Airlines
is.
still exist, guys? Richard Branson's Airlines, does that still exist?
I think, they bought Alaskan Airlines, I believe.
Oh, but so they're not called
I don't know
Virgin
about that,
anymore?
I'm not Alaskan Virgin? I don't know.
I don't know,
Alaskan
but I flew that once and I haven't seen it again.
His hotel chain is pretty awesome. I stayed in one of his hotels.
He's got a boat, too, a ship.
Oh, God,
For
a boat.
all, you could be like 21 and older.
It's like a
No
cruise?
kids.
Virgin.
Yeah, Virgin.
Oh,
But
cool.
Look, every time I'm like on a boat, I see it next to a port. I'm like, oh, there it is.
It looks pretty cool.
Those people look like they're having a lot of fun.
Virgin Atlantic.
No kids over there.
All adult-oriented activities, tattoo parlors, and everything.
Today
Branson's swinging
on
cruise.
the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric, we are going to hook you up with the best of 2020 Live. That's what we're doing, the summer of 2020 Live. For the Rapid Fire Quiz, we have a chance for you to win Space Cowboys tickets and Theater Under the Stars tickets and Lagoon Fest Texas tickets, all kinds of on 8 o'clock. Britney Spears was in the news yesterday for lighting up on an airplane. Speaking of airplanes, today she's announcing a new way she's going to make money. Has nothing to do with music.
Crypto.
Well, it's not crypto either.
Oh, no, not like that.
We'll talk about that next in Scoop. Here's your weather for today.
It looks like about a 40% chance of rain throughout the day. A high of around 83 right now, 75 degrees, and 612 on the Roll and Ride Show with Eric.
Time for your daily scoop. Celebrity Scoop.
KRBE's Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
Well, it's brought to you by Taqueria Arandas, and you blink and time flies. This is not a new thing. There was actually some story yesterday we didn't get to where I read about why it feels like time goes fast. Did you see that story yesterday, Eric?
No.
This is when you think like, wow, the time is flying by. It's because you're having a good time. You're making good memories. It's when there's bad times. You're like, oh my God, this is going to take forever. That doesn't really explain it to me though, because there are times where I'm having a fine normal day, and I feel like, wow, it's only Tuesday. I thought it was already Thursday.
I just felt like the first 18 years of my life lasted forever. And then
everything else
is
will fly by.
because
As you
it's
get older,
relative,
it's-
it's time.
Yeah,
I mean,
the passage of time
but
is
also
faster.
I feel like your parents, you have to ask them for permission to do stuff.
Right, and especially when you don't have a car.
So I can imagine if you're in
You're
jail,
at the
like,
mercy of them taking you places.
does jail, like 2 years in jail, feel like 10 years because
Oh, yeah.
you got someone telling you what to do every day?
Guess what? I never want to know.
I hope you never find out.
I hope you never find out.
Bring up a good
If I
point,
do,
though.
I'll just ask President Trump to
Oh,
pardon
yes,
me.
the
Well, if you're a
Chrisleys have
reality
been
store
pardoned.
star.
The Chrisley parents did not pay taxes, and they did a lot of bad things thieving with money, and
They
they're
really
out of
did.
jail. They're going to be out of jail tomorrow.
That's insane.
Well, they've been in jail for a while.
I know, but they're going to be
Not
out.
really. I mean, they were supposed
It's
to
not
be in
like they
jail
did
for
6 months. They were so far. I think they've been in for like 2 years.
I know, but they're supposed to do like
2022,
30.
they went in.
Oh,
They
wow,
got
even
convicted
longer.
for fraud and tax evasion in 2022.
I used to watch that Chrisley Knows
Yeah,
Best
you loved
show.
that show. That was your.
We did.
You
You know,
had such a
it's
man
my
crush on that
ex-girlfriend and I
dad.
would watch that, and
Man
that was,
You
how
did.
you have like
loves
shows
that
that you
man.
watch as a couple. We would watch that, and I just, I thought that the man was gay. I really did. I was like, but then he'd like talk about his wife and how much he loves doing it with her and everything. And it's like, I don't think most people really believed the facade that he was putting up, but it was mainly, you just knew this guy was up to shady stuff.
What was the Chrisley line of work that made them money?
They didn't really get into it.
Was it real estate agents?
I think so.
I think
Okay,
that's-
so they were convicted of falsifying documents to secure $30 million in fraudulent loans, and also tax evasion. They didn't pay taxes. So he got 12 years, she got 7, and they were ordered to pay $17.8 million in restitution. The question is, did they pay it, and do they still have to pay it?
Well, they get so greedy.
Because they
pay the
stole from
taxes.
people.
Well, what was interesting was every season it seemed like they had a different house, and they kept getting smaller and smaller.
Well, if they were real estate agents, they were maybe just jumping houses to houses,
Yeah.
right?
No, I
Rent.
think they were running out of money. It looked like he was a shell game kind of con artist.
Was that thunder?
Yeah. Big
Was it
lightning
really?
storm right
That
behind
was a
you.
I was
huge,
like, what was
Yeah.
that?
huge
that was a
light
bang.
behind you. I didn't hear the
That or
thunder. I
Kevin's
just saw the
stomach. I
lightning.
couldn't tell.
Crazy.
He hasn't had his oatmeal yet.
What are
or
you eating
whatever.
there, Kevin?
No, I'm
He doesn't eat
not
till
yet.
He's not
7:30.
yet. So the thing about time flying is the fact that Britney Spears, it's been like 30 years since she was like the top
Relevant.
of the top, right? Like MTV VMAs, AMAs, Grammys. What's Britney going to do? How's Britney going to perform? Where's Britney? Everything Britney was 30 years ago already.
That's crazy.
Really? I thought she broke onto the scene like in
Well,
98.
98, like 26 years.
Yeah.
26 years.
30 years ago was 1995. Nobody knew who she was.
Oh, she was just starting out in the malls. You know what's crazy? I started answering the phones here, and a record label guy came here, and this was like a big deal back then. In the 90s, record label guys were here all the time making our program directors listen to music. And this CD got left in here, and it was a pink background of a girl with a red shirt, and she's sitting like on her knees looking up at the camera, and it said, "Baby, one more time."
Oh,
And they were like,
Boss
this
has
girl's
that on
gonna
her wall.
this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be
remember it?
great. And I remember I was like, oh, I don't know.
I
What's
love
that song?
Britney Spears and Spice Girls. That was definitely my vibe.
what was your favorite song, Spice Girls?
Oh,
Besides Wannabe.
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
Probably.
that is her favorite.
What am I wrong with?
That is.
Well,
Well, that's her favorite.
The classic.
Is trying to figure out how to make more money now that she's free from the conservatorship.
Yeah,
and
what's she doing?
she's doing a jewelry line. She has officially filed a trademark for a brand. And if you think about it, Jessica
perfume.
Simpson is like a billionaire from her brand. She has baby clothes, she has shoes, she has
Yep.
bags, she has luggage. Y'all, she even has like the zipper packs to pack in your luggage.
Yeah. Huh.
Jessica Simpson, everything.
She has dog beds because I have one.
Oh, look at that. See, I mean, I'm
bought a
shocked
Jessica
Britney doesn't have a
Simpson dog
merchandising
well,
line.
I thought it was really cute, and then I found out it was Jessica Simpson.
Oh, so you didn't buy it because it was her brand.
No.
Does she sell necklaces for the wrist?
Otherwise called bracelets.
I can see her doing like
I don't
a
know when
Kendra
she's
Scott
gonna,
level.
I don't know when she's going to
that level.
No,
that level's
no.
extreme. That's like
Yeah,
Kendra
Britney.
Scott is
no.
like
Those, they can be
Her
like
stuff's going to be at
$150
Marshalls and
bucks.
TJ Maxx, and she'll still make just
Absolutely.
as much
Kendra
money.
Scott's got
Absolutely.
stores like
Yeah.
everywhere.
Kendra Scott's like a legit jewelry store.
Is she
By
as
the
big
way,
around worldwide or United States? Or
I
just
think
in
so.
Texas.
Well, they did a story yesterday now that she's dating Zach Brown. You know, she and Zach Brown made their red carpet debut at the AMAs.
Really?
In the Zach Brown band. Kendra Scott and Zach Brown.
Oh,
are
I thought you meant
dating.
Britney.
No,
No, Kendra Scott. So anyway, she's doing a jewelry line, and there's that. Now, speaking of her world, it was NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney, Jessica, Mandy Moore, and all these
Yes.
people. Joey Fatone was asked about an NSYNC reunion because, you know, the Backstreet Boys have probably made more money 10 times over right now in the last 7 years of touring than they maybe did the original time.
Because the
original time
manager
they
took
made
all
millions
that
and
money.
millions and millions of dollars. Not exactly.
No?
No, the manager didn't take that. They still made money, but NSYNC was the one that was taken the most by Lou Pearlman. I mean, Backstreet Boys still had too much of his hands in their money, but they did not get screwed over the way NSYNC did.
Okay.
NSYNC was totally robbed by Lou Pearlman because of the contract they signed to get the deal, which is really horrible because this happens in entertainment, in sports. Like Scottie Pippen, like you sign the contract thinking, oh, I'm getting this contract, but you don't realize the potential you're going to be and how this person is basically your
No one's
overlord.
forcing you though. You sign that deal.
Yep.
Well, you're
I know, but you.
So you're getting
you feel like
10%.
you're supposed
trust the
to.
person.
Especially if you're a kid,
Right.
like those
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake when he's 15.
yeah.
That's not fair.
But
That's
would
what
you
I'm
rather
saying.
have 10% of $1 billion or 100% of $0?
That'd be nothing, and you opening up at like Six Flags.
Yeah.
You're one of those singers that just
Got the straw hat on.
I remember
Yeah.
for a while they couldn't even call
Striped
themselves
vest.
In Sync because they were in court about it. Well, anyway, Joey Fatone's always asked about the In Sync reunion tour. Is it going to happen like the Backstreet Boys are doing their tours? And everyone jokes, well, when Justin's desperate enough, he'll come back around. But Joey Fatone said, this is not even on the table right now. The five of us need to get together, and that day has not happened yet. Everybody's everywhere in the world. I think it's important to get everybody in person as opposed to just getting on a chat or a phone call. People always think, oh, it's easy. Just get on the phone and talk and make this happen. There are a lot of things that have to become fortuitous for that. A lot of commitment, a lot of time. Everybody has families. Most people have kids.
I just don't
Yeah, but
think
you like money, right?
I got maybe 10 years left.
For them to tour.
Then it's just sad.
Well, because their
You wanna
audience
see
is
guys
going to
that are
age out.
60
but-
years old trying to do those moves.
What about?
Oh, yeah. Look
What about
pathetic.
Rolling Stones? They're still on tour and they're
But they're a
80.
band.
Rolling Stones are a real band. They sing. They play
They
instruments.
don't have to do a
They don't just-
choreographed.
Yeah, but their
They never
audience
did.
doesn't care. Like NSYNC
No, I mean,
girls
it's-
don't
no,
care.
it's
It looks
different
sad.
genre.
I don't know.
There's
I
a
feel
guy
like
that sings. What's his name? Oh my
Rock
god!
guys can go
On
out
TikTok,
there
I
and be
give him
Joey
80.
Fatone?
No, he was big in the '70s.
Oh, I thought you said in.
Give
in
it up, oh baby, give it
Oh,
up.
Casey and the Sunshine
yeah,
Band.
look up that guy.
KC.
they're still touring on cruise ships, aren't they?
Oh,
He's
he
like
still makes
little
money.
casinos and that, but
Yeah.
this guy, like, it is sad. You
It's
see his
sad
big old beer belly,
It's more
and he's
like
got the
KFC
dance.
and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah, but somebody pays him. I mean, it's money, y'all. That's how he makes his cash. I mean,
Right.
There's
Hey, why
a
not?
cruise ship somewhere that wants Casey from the Sunshine Band.
He's got a lot of hits.
heck
I didn't
yeah.
see
Getting to do the dream.
yeah.
Doing what he likes.
Man, I would love that if I was on a cruise ship and I got to go up and see KC. for-
Kevin, in our like old age, if you want to go on a cruise ship and someone wants to pay us to sit there and talk and do like a podcast, hell yes, I'm doing it with my lark and everything. I'm in my rascal.
My goal-
I'm in my rascal around the cruise ship.
My bucket list.
Lido deck. Give me a mic.
I want to get the show on the road on a ship.
Let's
That'd
get
be
on
fun.
a Disney cruise. Let's go, Disney.
Or go road
Bring us a Disney cruise.
Everybody
Royal
does these
Caribbean
things.
or
Bands
MS
do it.
MSC is coming into
Let's
town.
go, MSC at a Galveston. Don't you need some press?
We
Let's
could get
press it.
We can get 1,000 people to come with us.
Yeah.
We'll
Sam's
do
gonna
it.
be so mad. She'll be out on maternity leave like, Sam, we're going to the Bahamas on a cruise ship for
There's
7 days.
no way you'd get that working before.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you'll be back by then.
I'll be back by then.
That'll never happen.
never
Call it the
know.
Roll and Ryan with Eric C show.
Rilla's like, we have to go before Sam gets back. I'll be like,
Just to show her we could do
Dang
it.
it.
We can do it. I'm determined to do it.
Exactly.
It'd be
Come
fun,
on,
though.
MSC, let's go.
Y'all gonna hang out and
Never done a cruise ship. Might as well. Wouldn't that be
not?
fun? But who? I'm woozy.
it's not hurricane season.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, I know.
Are there discounts for that? Like, you know it's hurricane season and you're choosing to book a
roll
cruise?
the dice.
It is cheaper.
Because they
in
want to entice you
hurricane
to get
season.
on there, right?
I'm sure it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
During the holidays and spring break, they jack it up by the price.
Yeah.
But hurricane season's like, well, we might be going through the eye of a
That's why you get
cyclone.
insurance. That way you
Yeah,
can
travel insurance.
just get the heck off. You know, I'm not going on this ship. I
Yeah,
happened
but
last year.
how do you get off if you're on the cruise and
Well,
the
then you're-
storm is a brewing?
Well, I always look ahead. Like last year when I saw that after 4th of July, we were going to go on like a 3-day cruise just for fun.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
like, oh, something's happening here. I'm not taking a chance.
So the insurance let you pull out due to weather?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's part of the travel insurance thing. It'll tell you.
nice.
wow.
Or you have ways if you go to your doctor.
Oh.
If you got a friend that's a doctor.
Oh, your doctor
too.
say, he can't travel. He's sick.
Oh,
There's always
He needs a
ways.
knee replacement.
There's always ways out
This is
there.
your fourth knee replacement,
wow.
sir. I know you have 4 knees.
I don't know about you, Eric. You're going to be in there with the Chrisleys.
Coming up next, we're going to check in the listener line, 713-278-VENT. That's 8368. If you have
I didn't even go on the
left
ship, though. If I went on the ship, then I'd...
Then you can charge him.
if you have called our listener line, you could be the star of this next segment. By the way, it is so odd to me that on television it's raining really hard. We heard thunder, but I can't see anything happening where we are at Gessner and Westheimer. So how hard is it raining where you are? I have no idea. But be careful. Apparently the
The
storm's
homeless guy back there,
already in. Oh, look at that
cardboard's all wet.
His
so you can
couch is
tell
getting
Well,
stained.
there's a truck back there, y'all, that's on. It has a trailer.
I know. I see that there every
Somebody's
day.
doing it.
Yep.
Oh,
You know it.
odd.
Oh my God.
Hey, let's
Driving
go.
in the
That's the
romantic
place by
Let's go meet in the back parking lot of this
Is that the
abandoned
place?
building.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a car swap now.
It really is a car swap.
Really?
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
some shady stuff going
That
on
means you're-
behind our building.
Selling cars online, and that's the meeting place?
That's
Well,
what it
there's
looks
always like
like
3 cars on a big old
Always.
tow, and then also they take one over there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what
People
they're doing.
show
I watched too
up
much
and-
movies
and then
like
they go
Gone in
missing.
60 Seconds where they're stealing them and they put them back there and they put them on a lift.
There's no catalytic
Why is that guy
converter in
changing-
any of them.
He's changing
Oh,
his
Lord.
license plate.
Exactly.
We'll be right back on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
From the Bell Furniture, Unbeata Bell Prices Traffic Desk. I-45 North Freeway, southbound approaching Tidwell. There's reports of an accident. We are seeing a 15-minute slowdown from Gulf Bank. 59 East Tex Freeway.
The Rule and Ryan Show with Eric. It's time to check in with Listener
You
Line.
have 912 messages.
Ew. Screw you, clown.
You are a know-it-all, know nothing. Really?
Really?
104.1 KRB.
That number is 713-278-VENT. You can call us about anything. I assure you every single call is listened to.
Questions, comments, complaints,
Can't play them all.
content ideas. Whatever you want to say, it could end up on the air, so just know
Should be
whatever you
called
leave
one
that
of us
message.
dumb.
Nah, you know, we
You
air the
dummy.
good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to start with something nice. And I've got to thank every single person that's messaged me, that has left a listener line, We're all about sharing our lives on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric. And I did share a couple weeks ago that my engagement is off. It was unexpected. I did not want this. And just the sweetness that has come through the phone lines.
Hey, Ryan, I'm really sorry about your breakup. I know that it really, really hurts. And I kind of get mad at people who are constantly like, you'll find somebody else. But like, well, maybe what if you don't want to find somebody else? I went through 2 very abusive marriages, and I was very codependent. And after this last marriage breakup, I got in with somebody else, and what the 2 husbands didn't destroy, he finished off. And I tried dating, I dated, and, the men were pretty perceptive that I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. And I'm at a point, because I've done so much work on myself, that I see the red flags in people. Being alone has its downside, but I don't have to run it by anybody if I want to go do something. If I want to go out and do something spontaneously, I don't have to run it by anybody. I don't have to worry about somebody else's feelings. So just be okay. Don't try to rush healing. Healing doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Just take care, okay?
Oh, that was so sweet.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that she had to go through that.
3 times. That's why you don't go with another person.
Yeah.
After a while, at that point, I'd be like, I'm not picking anymore.
I don't trust my
best
radar.
friend. Yeah, I'm gonna have someone else pick because that sucks.
It's hard,
like a magnet to that world.
You like red flags.
Oh,
It's not his fault.
I see them.
Yeah,
I'm seeing them all now. Yeah, I mean, it's
Eventually
difficult. It
you'll
makes you
learn.
wonder: will I ever trust somebody ever again?
Where's the dummy call y'all are talking about?
Oh, okay. Here's one. Yeah.
I'm listening to the podcast, and Ryan, you're dumb. But I also feel like you guys really glossed over a very important point that Rula made, and this is a great compromise. You know what, Ryan? You want to get on a motorcycle, you want to threaten your life, go right ahead. But if you get hurt, I agree with Rula's sentiment. You cannot talk about it. You cannot talk about it. You cannot post about it. You cannot look for people's sympathy because you put yourself in that situation. And that is my 2 cents. Love y'all.
Bravo.
No,
Okay.
she is so
Fishing,
right because
introing,
he will have that
introing,
cast in the
and
air with a
fishing.
sad face
Oh, yeah.
on.
Oh, yeah.
That
The
he
selfie,
took.
face.
He had to take 5 pictures of it because
In the
his
hospital.
face. Yeah, because his face wasn't right.
Hospital selfie.
Woe
look at my
is
shoulder.
me.
No.
Look at my any
injuries
injuries.
that I get. Hey, I accept
If you
full
get injured,
responsibility.
I'm playing that audio from yesterday, and I'm just gonna play it every day.
Yeah, we know,
Say, I
that
told you
story,
so.
man.
Remember when we were talking about?
Don't do it, man.
That's
All
a country
right,
song.
I'm thinking about
Get a
it.
Jeep
okay? I'm
Wrangler,
listening to
someone
you.
said. There
Yeah,
you go.
they
A
did
Jeep.
say that.
What am I going to do with that?
Take the
Off-road.
doors off.
You can take the doors and the top off. It's a lot of fun.
Which, by the way, on the Galveston Seawall,
Good top.
Yeah.
there is an off-road.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a road. And when we were there this weekend, my husband's like, "Oh, we're gonna like." There's 81st Street. There's 79th Street. Whatever the streets are when you're trying to get back to 61st to get out of Galveston.
Yes.
And you
Shortcuts.
take a left. And you think it's a road, but you realize, oh, hold on, wait, now it's just grass. Oh, God, now where are we? And
Oh.
me and
End up
the
at the
kids,
airport?
We're
Over
like,
there, that little
what
airport?
are we doing exactly? Is this like a road? And my husband was looking at the navigation. It says it is. I go, it's clearly not. We
You're
were like
gonna
in
be
the middle of this grass
You're gonna
with
be the
branches. I was like, what are we
You're
doing? We
getting
are those
stuck.
people that took the. But if you had a Jeep, you could navigate
You
that
follow
real
the
easy.
navigation, you end up
Exactly
with
right.
the Gulf.
Go
How
off road with
about,
that.
last week when we were talking about this is my job and this is how much money I make doing it.
Yeah, what do you do and how much do you make?
Yeah, for
we want to
college
give college graduates a good perspective on what jobs pay what money.
And reality, a little splash in the face with water. Like, hey, you're not going to make 6 figures
got it.
out of at the beginning all
Nope.
the time.
Nope. Medical field.
Hi, I love you guys. I just graduated from medical school, so as a doctor, in my first year out of school, my salary is $70,000. It goes up a lot more when I finish residency in 4 more years. But to all the people thinking about going to medical school, just know it's a thankless and payless job for quite some time. But it does pay off. I love what I do, so to me it's worth every hard time and every last penny earned. And honestly, I owe a lot of that resilience to the Rula and Ryan show because they got me through the darkest of those times. If you're a medical student, doubting yourself, listen to this show and believe in yourself. Love you guys. Bye.
Oh, that's the key. Believe in yourself.
That was
I'm
so
glad we were
sweet.
with
That was,
her in
and I'm
her
glad
dark
that
times.
we helped.
I was thinking people that in the medical world because they basically you got to pay all the debt. By the time you start making money, you're probably in your 40s.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a big sacrifice.
And God forbid if something happens to you
right. And you work
and you can't worry, you're like 44 and
crazy
something
hours,
happens.
like starting out. Normally, they don't get the hours they want. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
to like
you
work
like
the-
90 hours a week for
Yeah.
Yes.
And Eric, you've always talked
$2
about
$2 an
how
hour adds up to by the time you.
You've talked a lot about how you don't have to be in college if it's not your path, and somebody called in about that.
Yeah, definitely.
I did not go to college. I actually have a GED. I went to work in oil and gas as a contractor and was making $29,000 to $30,000 a year, and I thought I was banking. That was 20 years ago. Then I went to work directly for oil and gas company that I have been currently working for the last 17 years. And when I first got in with them, I was making about $100,000 a year, and then received an offer a couple of years ago to go to a more corporate position, and now I'm making about $136,000 a year. Thanks, and y'all have a great day.
That's a nice.
Wow. See, really made a good point.
Bankroll there.
These high schools now, even grade schools, like you wear your outfit for what college you're going to, or your shirt.
Yeah.
And that puts a lot of pressure. So the kids,
much
it's
pressure.
like it doesn't, I don't know. I mean,
When
I
you get
want my kids to go to
accepted
college, but
Yeah.
I think we're all brainwashed to think that's what you have to do
Like,
to be
oh,
successful.
wow, you're going to go to UT, you're going to go to NM, you're
If
going
you
to go
have
to
the
Tech.
ability
What if they're
and-
not getting in there? What if they couldn't get in there? What if they don't know yet? What if they want to go to trade school?
And that's what I'm saying. There's so many great trade schools where you can you're making so much cash by the time their friends are graduating with debt, and by the time they get going, you're running circles around them, making money.
This
for the rest of your
beer's
life.
for you, kids who don't know where you're going yet and couldn't put on a T-shirt to brag about it. We salute you.
There's no shame in that. Like when I graduated high school, I did not go to college
Do
right
they
away.
teach metal shop or woodworking? Do they do that stuff anymore in high schools here?
I don't know.
Or is that just up
Somebody
north?
text us at 37530. Do you still have metal shop?
Up north, we had metal shop and
Yeah.
woodworking and
Yeah.
they had their own auto mechanic.
They
garage.
do different kinds of classes now. My niece is a junior in high school, and she
They'd
just had
sing
a
a lot in there.
business
It's
law
weird.
class.
But what are you
Grease lightning.
What are you going to do with
Grease
woodworking?
lightning.
Like, people aren't woodworking anymore. Maybe carpentry.
Oh, I
But
love the
I mean,
woodworking.
you learn to use tools.
Did you whittle a log into a canary or
No, but
something?
we
Or
had
what'd you
a
do?
board where we
I
burned the
didn't
wood
do
and
any
write
of that.
letters
I did
on it.
pottery.
Most kids would make one hitters.
What's that?
That's where you put like your weed in it and just take a puff.
Oh.
I'm like, these kids are not really learning.
No, they're learning how to get high.
In pottery, I
We're
did an
huffing
ashtray. So
Oh my God,
It's
that's
the
so
easiest thing.
dangerous.
It's like a big blob with some indentations for the cigarette to sit.
Exactly.
Not because you necessarily smoked, just because it was easy and it was a project.
Yeah, what do they make now? They can't make ashtrays.
I mean, honestly, they wouldn't have woodworking. How are they going to give kids all these knives and all these weapons now? They can't. They're going to use them against each other.
I got shanked in school.
Exactly right.
Okay,
It's
let
like
me end
kill or
this
be
with a
killed.
short but
Crazy.
sweet Andrew Toops call. Toops is, Eric, why don't you explain?
One of our super loyal listeners.
He's the one who started it all, the listener line.
On his wedding day.
The whole day he left messages, so we saw him from the beginning to the end.
Progressively
Gradual.
getting drunker.
And then with his bride at the end. Now they have a little baby, Tanner.
Hey, yo. At the dinner, had about 2 crowns. They didn't have the good stuff. I asked for Woodford, and they didn't have that, so I got some crowns. And that's 12, so I got 3 more drinks. I might just end it with 3 shots and call it a bang. Right now I'm puffing on a cigar, but I'll see how 3 shots go. I'll probably get 3 shots lined up and hit them. Alrighty, guys. Bye. Let you know.
What's the occasion? Just like a Saturday night?
I
or
guess
a
so.
Friday night?
Andrew, call us back. Let us know how you felt the
Yeah, why
next
were you
day.
just Saturday, or was there
Yeah, I
a
was
holiday?
just I'm celebrating
Oh,
Saturday.
Memorial Day weekend.
Oh,
Memorial Day
that's
weekend.
right.
Just, having
That's right.
an adult
Still,
beverage
it'd be like
Memorial
a-
Day weekend.
Like a special occasion?
Well, you don't have,
Light,
your special occasion is a
Eric.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a professional, though.
You're just
Well, it
watching
sounds like he is
sports.
too.
You're watching sports.
Time for What's Going Down in H-Town on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
Okay, so the prestigious U.S. News and World Report magazine, they have a new issue, The Best Places to Live in the United States. And Pearland was awarded the 3rd place spot out of the entire nation.
Nice.
Pearland gets the number 3 spot. League City took the number 6 spot. And Sugarland took the number 16 spot on the list. So we've got a lot
What's
of great
number
places
1?
to live. I
Didn't
just
read it.
focused on the Texas
I know,
stuff.
I was curious, like, what number 1 is.
Well, I want to know if Pearland's number 3. What's number 1? Is
you
it
can
a
go to
suburb
cron.com.
of another?
Let me look.
I highlighted
town?
and copied and pasted
I
the
can't
things
go
that
to
were important.
cron.com.
No,
It
pay.
makes me
You
pay.
pay for it.
Oh,
You gotta-
You just give us the
Well,
whole story,
the
Ryan.
list
Chase
of
Jeepers.
factors. Well, I didn't think you cared about the other states. I was just
you might as
focusing
well
on
just
H-Town.
throw 2 and 1 in there. If you're going to go
What's the
3
story called? What do I
Pearland.
look up for the story?
U.S. News and World Magazine's best places to live in the U.S. So the list of factors considered the job market, public safety, affordability, air quality, healthcare access, schools, weather. They were all factors. And like I said, Sugarland, number 3 spot in the United States. Or Pearland, number 3 spot. Yeah, League City, number 6, and Sugarland, number 16. Sorry about that.
Where's number 1?
While you're looking for that, I'll just say, go Stros! They bludgeoned the A's 11-1 in the opener of a 2-game series at Daikin Park.
4 for 4, 2 home runs.
Nice. That was awesome.
And he hit one the day before, or 2 days before. He's back. They fixed his
Let's
swing.
go, baby.
He's like 10 out of the last 20 at bats. He's like 10 for 20.
That's awesome.
And our record is 22-1.
Won 3 in a row
lost
now.
1 game.
At Daikin Park.
Yeah, right.
At Daikin Park, El Tiempo's outposts have increased the price of their margaritas. So the margaritas used to be $15.99. Now they're $20.99. So they've got locations at Daikin, NRG, Shell Energy Stadium, which was formerly BBVA. And the Houston-born chain has 12 full restaurant locations in Texas. Did you find
the
number 1 spot?
You just had to scroll down farther.
Oh, my God.
Well, I didn't. It's called What's Going Down in H-Town. I wasn't focusing on
If you're going to give us the news, you can make the
Oh, my
side
God, you
note.
guys.
Oh, Lord.
Wah, wah, wah.
No.
Number 1.
We're not the only
What
ones.
was number 1?
Never heard of it, though, so.
It's Carmel, Indiana. So it's like one of those,
I know
like,
that
'cause
one.
people that know Houston, they don't know Pearland unless you're from here, right? So this must be something close to like Indianapolis, maybe?
Johns Creek, Georgia.
Now I can sleep.
Is that like some suburb of Atlanta?
Well, people probably like League City. What the hell's that?
Right. It's
Well,
the
if
same
you're in
thing.
Houston, you know League City.
I'm just saying people don't.
Like Lender,
for our
Texas is
global
number
listeners,
8. Where's
yeah.
Lender, Texas? I have no
I think
idea.
it's Leander.
Was that what it said?
yes. Yeah, Leander.
Oh, Leander. I didn't see it from far away.
That angle looks like
it's on
you
Eric's
don't see
computer,
the-
not mine. I was like, what's that say? Lender? Leander. Sorry, Leander. All right, coming up next, Special K's got a prank call. Is it a telemarketer turnaround? Is it a robocall? What is it?
Can you run that back for me real quick?
Oh,
love it.
yes.
Eloise
Eloise Pennybaker is back with the telemarketing scam
Good
calls.
morning.
Is it final destination? Wait, what's it called? Final
No,
expenses?
expenses. yeah.
Destination. Or like
No, it's my celery phone.
celery.
Oh, Eloise, I can't wait to hear you give them a run for their money next on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.